Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. We are back again with another episode. Yes, this is your only daily Brewers podcast. We upload new episodes every morning at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Um, we are here to talk Brewers on a daily basis. You can come join us on the nightly recordings. Those StreamYard links are shared, so you can join the video or you can just listen along and participate. Our podcast is up, like I said, every day at 5:30 a.m. It is on YouTube, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and of course, Apple Podcasts. Now, that being said, we also have a SeatGeek code, Miller Park Minute, at SeatGeek. You can use that to save some money off your first purchase with SeatGeek, $20 off. And then we do have a Patreon set up if you want to go over to patreon.com/Miller Park Minute, and you can support the podcast there as well. Now, today is Monday. Mondays are typically slow news days. We are just a few days away from the actual first game at the American Family Fields of Phoenix. I think it's at the American. I don't even know. I should know that. So first and foremost, we've talked a lot of Corbin Burns and stuff like that. I'm going to cover this at the very top of the episode because I really like it. So I went over to my friends over at brewerfanatic.com. Yeah, that's right. That's the website that I participate in and post videos for. Do a little bit of work for. That's where some of my my additional catalog is there if you want to go over and check out those videos. But there was a video posted by my friend Jeremy over there. He talks Corbin Burns versus the Brewers. And he stated some numbers, which I really like. He did a little bit of research, more than I probably would have done at this juncture, just because he's saying exact same thing I'm saying. This is an unprecedented thing. Basically, the entire arbitration system is kind of a screwy system. We all know that. I don't think I have denied that once. I haven't denied the fact that the Brewers should have offered him more money before the case got filed. Regardless, both sides went to a case. He said there was something like, I believe he referenced like 500 cases, and the teams themselves have won 300 of those 500 cases. I believe that's what he said there. It's a short video, so if you want to go watch it, brewfanatic.com. But this is the first time the players ever came out and talked about the fact that they devalued him. Historic. He made it sound very historic that nobody's ever done that. And that just goes to what I was saying. So if when we as people always want to reference and back up what we have to say, and I think this is the perfect reference and backup. Now, I don't hate Corbin Burns. I don't at all for one little bit. I'll still wear my Corbin Burns jersey with pride. I still want to get my Cy Young Burns print signed. I still have all these goals. I still want to go to an actual signing. He hasn't done a public signing in a while, but I want to go to a public signing if the Waukesha does have one. I still like the player. Doesn't make me like the organization any less, because I feel like the organization is going to do what they feel is in their best interest, no matter what, i.e. trading Josh Hader, i.e. not re-signing Brent Suter, i.e. letting Lorenzo Cain go, giving out $6 vouchers to make up for the fact that they traded their best pitcher in the middle of a pennant race. I mean, the list goes on and on. We could do this for days. And it's funny to me. It's really funny in the end of the day, because it's like we always look for proof, and I've been blasted so many times for calling Corbin Burns unprofessional. Well, he is. He's the first one to ever do this. So, and that, I mean, speaks for itself at the end of the day. It really does. I mean, you can't say much more than that. So, I wanted to give a little side note. This is a side note for any of you. I discovered this today and I really liked it. If you're an Apple TV user and you have the Apple Plus subscription, or if you have the bundle with all your Apple devices and your services together, you also get Apple TV. I don't really use the service myself. Tonight, show was suggested that was for my kid, and then I got a little deeper into it. One of the really cool things, if you have this service, or if you don't, you can subscribe to it. But one of the real cool things is there's some historic games on there. You can watch some of the best of games. There's old World Series on there. The Brewers '82 World Series was not there though, so don't nail me on that one. But there's historic baseball if you're into that kind of thing. So, if you are, let me know. Or I can tell you where to find it. Otherwise, just Apple TV subscription. Quick side note: if we did a live show, would you guys come to the live show? Anybody that's watching this right now, please leave a comment below. Tell me if you'd come to the live show, or DM me if you'd be interested in coming to a live show. Nothing paid. Just we'd do a live show. We'd sit in front of an audience. We'd have our computer, my computer, and we'd do a live broadcast from, I don't know, the parking lot or maybe a bar close to Miller Park. I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet. It's in conversation. Thought I'd share it with you. Other things that are going on right now, obviously everybody's kind of doing their projections and things like that. I did not get to listen to, but there is a podcast by Effectively Wild, who are the folks at Fangraphs. They do a great job doing our predictions. We're going to start to see that. I think MLB TV or MLB Network. God, that always gets confusing with me. The MLB Network is always the confusing component because, like, I think MLB.TV, and then I'm like, wait, no, it's not MLB TV, it's the network. Anyways, they start doing their 30 clubs in 30 days. So we'll get to see that, which is really exciting. And then we're talking prospects. A lot of people are talking prospects. Here is a article, and I like the title of this. We're still on Brewer Fanatic. So Caleb Miller is saying what the Brewers offense most needs in 2023. And batting average has become a forgotten statistic in the modern era of baseball. I like where he starts that, and that's so true. Hitting for average is gone in the tubes. Last week when Butcher and I talked about the NL Central Hall of Fame, we were talking about a lot of bigger batting averages. And that's the biggest thing. Like, nobody hits for average anymore. Everybody's worried about, OPS and OPS plus and weighted runs above replacement and weighted runs created plus and all those different statistics. I feel like if guys just increase their average, it's going to increase their ability as a player. But that's just me. That's just me. Yeah, their team batting average sucked last year. They're ranked 22nd. So a little less swinging for averages, a little more being aggressive on the base paths. A little less hitting into the shift for a guy like Yelich and obviously Rowdy. I think we could get really good this year. I mean, I don't think there's a place right now that's really counting us out. I haven't really seen one. I'm just seeing if there's anywhere on my list here that says anything less than first or second. Nope. Not my projections. My Lynn's book says we're going to go second place. So that's a good thing. So next on the list is Christian Yelich. So Christian Yelich spoke to the media today. Basically, it was a little brief interview. There was a funny moment in the interview where he said last year was a shit show, and I absolutely love that. When he said that it was a shit show, that's spectacular because that just means that he knows that it was terrible too, and he's realistic about it and owns up to the fact that it was terrible. So Christian Yelich, sounds like he went on a retreat similar to Mr. Rogers. I'm just kidding. Was a reference that if you're just a baseball fan and you don't know that reference, Aaron Rodgers is being locked in the dark for 4 days. If you haven't heard about it, go check it out. There's memes everywhere on Facebook. I'm sure you've heard about it, and all over Twitter. But yeah, it basically says here, I kind of just went off grid, said Yelich, now 31, entering his 6th season with Milwaukee. I hung out, enjoyed the downtime. I think sometimes you get caught up in taking a week or two off, then it's back to baseball season, which is cool, but I think it's good to have balance sometimes too. Let's relax with family and friends. Did some traveling, including a winter trip to Park City, Utah, with a group that included Brewers infielder Mike Brosseau. Oh, that's kind of cool. Mike Brosseau. Baseball, the game, was still on Yelich's mind as he began his usual training regimen to get ready for spring training, but he mostly ignored the comings and goings of the sport. So, and that makes sense. A lot of these guys unplug. Famously, Tim Dillard said that he kind of unplugs from it and then he gets back into it and ramps himself up going into the season. That's funny. Doing things for yourself, he said. Enjoying your life, enjoy your free time, because once baseball season comes, you're doing baseball every day. From today until when the season's over, doing baseball every day. When you have time to do things on your own, experience life, or whatever it is you want, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so he's doing whatever it is he wanted to do. Gotcha. I was like, what? It's different for everybody. I think you should take advantage of it. I think it's healthy and in turn could make you better at what you do for a job. There's a featured picture of Christian Yelich on a snowmobile. Okay, so it says here Christian Yelich's job performance is a mix of good and bad. You take the good with the bad, obviously. He says he feels recharged and ready to go. So that's a positive. If you're looking at it like that's the hard part, Christian, frankly, to you're going to look at it like that, that's the hard part. Oh, he's talking about the regression from the MVP years. So this is a quote from Council. It's really challenging for Christian. So he's basically just saying that he's been struggling, adjusting, and trying to find himself. We all kind of know that at this point. What's great for Christian is those performances are still in him. Our manager said that those performances are still in him. So that to me says that Christian still has the capabilities, and Council sees that, which is great. Which is great. He said he's feeling the best that he's felt. I look forward to it. I'm really excited. I talked with Dom the other day, and Dom was saying like 270 average. Christian Yelich, not back to 2018, 2019, but back to Miami form, which is why we brought him aboard. So I'm all for it. I mean, every production I've looked at for Christian Yelich has been pretty positive and on the upbeat. So let's take it. Let's run with it. Let's rock. Let's go, Christian Yelich. Then the General Sentinel comes back with we're kind of playing this story, and we're going to hear this story quite a bit. Brewers manager Craig Counsell, his contract is on management's agenda, but talks won't likely get serious until late summer. So they're basically what they're saying is it's kind of a feeling out year. They're going to see where it goes. Obviously, under Matt Arnold, new GM, they kind of want to figure out where we are before we get to renewing, or if we're going to start anew, or whatever they want to do. If they're going to tear it down and rebuild, then they're going to tear it down and rebuild. And unfortunately, as fans, we have no say in that. I mean, I don't want them to rebuild, but I think Council's more more focused. Craig Counsell told the Milwaukee Journal he's still in a great place. There's no doubt that they have interest in retaining him. It's definitely on the agenda. It's also a partnership, right? We've got to work together for 8 years. I respect his opportunity to let this play out on his terms. So basically, they're saying Counsell kind of wants to see how it goes. Maybe he's eyeing retirement. We don't know. I mean, 2-time World Series champ. He's had quite the successful managerial career. He could get to 700 wins this season. One of two long-term, over 500 wins. Him and Dusty Baker are the only guys, I believe. I saw on Brewers Twitter today, so if I'm wrong on that, that's where I'm referencing that because I saw it on Twitter. So it could be right. We talked about Christian. We talked about kind of what the offense needs to do. Hit for average. Get on base. That's simple. That was the concept from Moneyball, the movie with Brad Pitt. Yep. Gosh, I gotta watch my baseball movies again. It's that time of year, and I don't know if you guys do this, but like, I get really deep. Like, I'll go back, I'll watch old playoff games. Some of the good games. Like I said, I discovered on Apple earlier that I could watch old games as well, so I was really jacked about that. I'll probably kick in my MLB.TV subscription soon. Kind of watch a few of the like historic moments, like the walk-off winner opening day catch for Lorenzo Cain is one I like to watch. I also go back and watch the no-hitter, and then I watch the cycle games that Christian Yelich did. Those were some of my favorites. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm just abnormal. I like to watch old games. Tonight I was watching a Shohei Ohtani game. Do you guys do that? Let me know if that's something you do. Like I would feel less weird that I did that. Not a lot of stuff coming out of camp right now, guys. I mean, you got Todd Rosiak and Adam McCalvy hammering articles, chatting with players. It looks like Sophia's getting some photo ops and some interviews and some stuff for Bally done. We still don't know really how that's all going to play out. We haven't really got any kind of updates. I've been kind of watching that because that's one of the hot topics for everybody is where is this whole thing with Bally going? What are we doing with Bally? I'm just seeing if I see any new news and notes on Bally before I continue. WBC news: Nestor Cortez and Clayton Kershaw have pulled out of Team USA, so we haven't heard who's going to fill in for them yet. Oh, maybe we did. Nick Martinez. So Nick Martinez, it looks like, is going to of the Padres. So that's good. We're filling a spot there. If you haven't seen the merch, the merch for Team USA is so good. Oh, go check it out. But anyways, the last and final point. So remember, I've talked a lot about how Contreras. There hasn't been a lot. I think I've come to a conclusion with Contreras. I think he's been processing the whole thing. I'm sure his brother had some hell to give him about going to Milwaukee and the club that Milwaukee is and the quality. And it's not a big city. We're a small market team. I get it. Small market, air quotes. But yeah, I think that's really what it came down to. He was really the win of any acquisition this year because we traded a minor league piece to get a major league all-star piece and 2 arms, Payamps and Yeager. I don't know how that's pronounced. But so he's 25. We've got 5 years with him. And the guy's got to come in. He's got to learn Corbin Burns. He's got to learn Josh or I'm sorry, Brandon Woodruff, Eric Lauer. He's going to learn all these guys. This is a whole new system. So the guy's head down. Every interview that's been posted of him so far is him just being head down and ready to learn, ready to go. I think we could have a potential perennial all-star, a Lockett catcher, which we haven't seen since the likes of Jonathan Lucroy. That's a really good thing. That's a very, very good thing. Skill set, I think he's super talented. Whereas Omar Narvaez and Victor Tarantini essentially split time behind the plate last year, Contreras enters 2023 as the unquestioned number one, poised to blow well past career high 97 games he played last season, 57 starts as catcher, with the ability to make starts at designated hitter. So this is going to be our guy. He's going to be our primary guy. Caratini is a great option off the bench. And obviously he's got some things to do. Number one is learning the pitching staff. I think that's the most important. Obviously, as a pitcher, you want to know what you guys have, and they don't talk enough about how important that catcher is to that pitcher. Omar Narvaez in the no-hitter was just as important, just as Bill Schroeder was in Juan Nieves' no-hitter. Guys, just as important. So that's a key piece that we don't talk enough about. Defense will be an ongoing process. So we have actually converted a lot of these catchers and made them better. Lucroy famously got really good at the pitch framing, is what they call it. So I think that'll be fun to watch. And he's got a guy like Caratini alongside him, which is really great because Caratini is very good. They have some decent depth in reserves. So they do have Caratini locked up to a $2.8 million deal to avoid arbitration. He only hit 199 last year, but in fairness was thrown into tough situations early. I mean, he got here on opening day. He literally got here. I think he was flown in, and got here right when the season started. It was cold. It was Chicago. Yeah, it was rough. So he handled it well, though. This is a good glimpse into the future. Henry is going to be the newcomer. So he's like number 3, basically. If one of those two goes down, that's good. He's coming into camp. Henry's the one that they really, really like. He's the prospect level guy that they really, really like. So in a couple of years, we're probably going to see if Caratini doesn't re-sign or doesn't continue to be a Brewer, we're going to see Henry and Contreras for years to come. So, and another note on catching: have you guys seen that Martin Maldonado is still with the Astros? I mean, he is like an Iron Man in baseball now. It's crazy. So yeah, I like that. That's a good glimpse into the future. And then by the numbers, okay, so 354 batting average against left-hand pitchers for Contreras in 2022. 5 players to start at catcher last season. Narvaez had 80 games, Caratini had 73, Severino had 4, Jackson had 3, and Feliciano had 2. 690 and 2/3 innings caught by Caratini in 2022. Was the total lead for the Brewers. 2 defensive runs saved to Caratini in 2022 marked an improvement from total -9 he logged with San Diego Padres in 787 in the 3rd innings in 2021. So obviously that says we do something, and that goes to exactly what I was just speaking about. The Brewers system and our guys really help out these catchers and really improve them. I mean, Grandal was an example. Lucroy was our probably our best franchise all-time catcher. So I mean, it's very good for us. It's very good for the Milwaukee Brewers to have this setup, to be this good with the catchers. It's exciting. It's an exciting time, and I think that we have this guy for 5 years, albeit any injuries. We don't want to say that, but I mean, if something happens, we've got the catcher of the future for the Brewers. So buy your Contreras jersey now. If you want to get the most enjoyment out of it and the most bang for your buck, buy a Contreras jersey this season. You heard it here first on the Miller Park Minute podcast. Remember that. Don't buy it in 2 years. Buy it now. Aha. But yeah, guys, we're days away. I might do a predictions episode. Butcher's got some fire coming this week. Absolute fire. I'm so excited for his episode. Coming up tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. So Wednesday's episode will be the Butcher with some fire, throwing some heat. I mean, it's going to be a nasty, nasty curve from what you expect. Let's just put it that way. And I'm excited. I'm excited. He talked to me about the concept today. Like I said, I let him go. I give him total free rein on whatever he does. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. So excited. All right, guys. I think that is all we got tonight. No other news and notes. Nothing I really that I've caught. I mean, this Burns conversation is going to continue on and on and on, and we're gonna swing at each other. I've got over here. If you want to come debate, let's debate right here on the pod. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sorry. Yeah, it's still going though, and it will still go. He's going to be the story for the year because this situation came up. He kind of made himself the story inadvertently, or advertently. Maybe he wanted. Maybe this was the game plan and the goal. Who knows? But that being said, we are days away from live baseball, and yeah, it's spring training baseball. It's not super exciting. You're going to see guys with no names, no numbers, or really large numbers on the back of their jerseys. The more irrelevant they are, the larger the number on the back of their jersey. So number 99, that's probably a guy you're not going to see hit the majors this year. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? Let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys. Like I said, hit me in the DMs. That's all I got. You guys have a great rest of your night, and thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute podcast. And go.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers.